One of the questions we get a lot is, how long should my podcast episodes be? There's a very short answer, but it's also the frustrating answer, which is, it depends. So I'm going to try to give you some tips here to help you figure out how long your podcast episodes should be. First of all, it really depends on the genre. Sometimes interview-based podcasts or podcasts that take a deep dive on a topic or an individual require context. So you might need those to be an hour long or 45 minutes long to be able to give that full breadth to the conversation. But things that are narrative-based or maybe quick tips, and back to the narrative-based, those things that might take a lot of information in a short amount of time, those might be better served with shorter podcasts. That way your audience has an opportunity to truly ingest what's being told to them without piling on more information on top. The other thing you want to think about is the flow of the show. There's some podcasts I've listened to that are 30 minutes and feel like an hour because it's a monotone conversation. There's not a lot of fun moments. But at the same time, I've heard hour-long podcasts that feel like 30 minutes because it moves quickly. We're changing topics. There's a lot of emotion and fun engagement. So, think about the flow of your show. Also, think about your goals. Shorter podcasts have less ad spots in them, whereas longer podcasts have more ad availability. So if part of your goal is to monetize your podcast through ads, then you might want something that's a little bit longer, say a half an hour to 45 minutes or even an hour, whereas shorter podcasts, say 10 minutes or 15 minutes, allow you to maybe have a presenting sponsor at the top or maybe just one ad break. So just remember, if you have a shorter podcast, you have to make sure you're not overloading it with ads. Overall, though, the average time spent listening gets shorter every year for our audiences. There's so much content out there. There's only so much time that people have to listen to your podcast. So try to keep it as short as possible without losing that context. But the main thing to consider is that the days of 2+ hour podcasts or even over an hour podcasts are done. There's so much content out there for people to consume. It's hard for them to sit down for these long hour, 2 hour, sometimes 3 hour podcasts. So keep it under an hour and you're going to be just fine.